The children of the Atom have experienced numerous screen adaptations, and following a previous video on their animated outing in Wolverine and the X-Men comes a video focused on an earlier incarnation of these famous mutants, 2000's X-Men Evolution. A show released the same year as the live-action movie, with the distinctive trait of rewriting several mainstay X-Men as teenagers. Attending an ordinary high school while honing their gifts in Xavier's Institute, almost every major character is treated with respect. From the supportive, charismatic, but occasionally frustrated and competitive Cyclops, to the jovial, well-meaning, insecure Nightcrawler, to the reserved, sarcastic, conflicted, emotionally insightful Rogue. Other major players include Jean Grey, who is supportive and wise, Beast, who is pacifistic and intellectual, and newcomer Spike, who is there. Which is a shame, really. A refreshing feature of this series is its tactical use of Wolverine. While he appears in most episodes, he is never prioritised at the expense of other characters, only being the focus of a story when that choice is logical or necessary. The involvement of teenagers gives a valid platform for angst, as well as a pleasing pedestrian contrast to the elaborate X-Men adventures. Powers are used resourcefully and with certain limitations that mean conflict still plausibly ensues. Characters are often shown using these abilities for mundane purposes, making the universe seem more investing. Initially, episodes are more relaxed, mostly isolated stories, with clear levity, although to identify the series solely as a playful, simplified adaptation is entirely unfair, given the show's willingness to explore dark and mature themes like intricate histories, internal conflict, and life-threatening danger. Even from the earliest episodes, these elements only became more apparent with time, with eventual introductions of stories involving Apocalypse, appearances from the likes of Captain America and Nick Fury, and of course the trademark political metaphorical intrigue of the X-Men property. The graceful, gradual nature of this transformation, as well as its maintaining of a unique identity, alone is worthy of praise. It shows a really clear sense of the X-Men's evolution. Oh, finally, I understand the title. Fun fact, they originally wanted to call it X-Men. It shows a really clear sense of the X-Men's evolution, but that didn't fit onto the VHS or even early DVD boxes. The show is surprisingly patient throughout, due to several intimate stories and the fact that, for the majority of Season 1, Magneto is a mysterious presence. Though anyone who thinks that a certain shape-shifting blue-skin villainess doesn't appear is making a Mystique. Though she appears a lot less in the final episodes of the series made in 2003, suspiciously the same year as the hit single Scandalous was released by a music act known as Mystique. I'm not saying she was definitely involved, but let's not forget she can shapeshift. While I do have some nostalgia connection with the series, it made me like Sundays more actually, because that was when it was shown on TV. Before then I dreaded Sundays because school would only be a day away. I work in education, so I'm actually still in that mindset, and they don't even show X-Men Evolution on Sundays now. Thanks British TV. I don't think I'm biased in appreciating the series, since all of these strengths I've mentioned have been ones I've only noticed upon rewatching. Likewise, there are several weaknesses I didn't initially notice. A small amount of really early episodes end with some misplaced sentimental moral. Nonsensical romantic subplots occur. Before a major development, Spike is a totally unnecessary character, but only really because he's of absolutely no value. I'm not saying he's the worst character on the show, but of all the characters on the show, he is definitely the worst. I guess that's exactly what I'm saying. And there are certain confusing character choices, like inexplicably making Gambit a villain, though none of these elements change the fact that X-Men Evolution was a sincere repurposing of a formula that gradually transformed and matured, all the while displaying competent and well-suited voice acting, fluid, richly coloured and distinctive artwork, and concentrated character development. Comparing it to the 90s animated series is surprisingly difficult. Even though their source materials are the same, the shows themselves are extremely different, and by extension their strengths and weaknesses are also extremely different. Interestingly, this series actually created X-23. She wasn't introduced into the comics or any other media until after her appearance on this show. In conclusion, X-Men Evolution is ambitious, engaging, playful, dramatic, and recommended to any fans of Marvel. All episodes are available on Amazon Prime, at least in the UK, though you will have to tolerate the insult of being asked if you want to skip that amazing intro. What kind of heathens do they take us for? Thanks for watching my video on X-Men Evolution, and if I don't see you on the next video, I will assume that your mutant powers have only just started surfacing, in which case you've got bigger priorities to be dealing with, though I do expect you to eventually come back and watch the rest of my videos. Who knows, that might even be your mutant power. They're the X-Men, yes they are the X-Men. They are mutants, yes they are mutants. Fighting prejudice, also been really, really cool. That's an official clip from the theme song, by the way. I hope it doesn't put you off.